Welcome back, my friends, to Aegeod's to End All Wars. To go ahead and begin this turn, we're going to have to go and play the Rape of Belgium card. I don't believe we can play it yet. We need 3 engagement points. We do have 3 engagement points. There we go. What's wrong with me? So we have stamped the seal of the Kaiser's approval there on it, and I believe we should gain all control of these regions once that occurs. In the meantime, I am just going to make sure that all of my forces are on the front lines so that they can provide the absolute best in terms of defense. If I'm able to, I'll also go ahead and build a supply depot there with Karl von Bülow and pretty much just start preparing for a protracted fight. Welcome back to End All Wars, boys. So, as you saw there, we already carried out the Rape of Belgium. I know it's brutal, but it must be done. And we're going to be gaining, hopefully, control over those areas. Now, we've already carried out a few attacks. I've got a few more that I want to make happen. Although right now, Wilhelm von Proben is going to be holding this line. What I really want to do is get Alexander von Liesingen over there. And I'm also going to be attacking over here with von Hausen. So, again, I can't select an attack for him. Another thing we've got going on up here are additional units that want to make it to the fight, specifically von Bonn. So I'll bring him down here. Let's see how long it's going to take. 12 days. That's acceptable. We're still waiting for cavalry divisions to actually join this army with von Bergmann. So let's wait just a bit. Obviously, very soon we will take a look at von Bergmann and do something about him, but I want to wait until those armies actually make it into his stack. In the meantime, I want to go ahead and get a few more German elite infantry, just make sure that we are consistently increasing and upgrading our forces. And now, of course, we'll go to the next turn. Let's see if any of these attacks are successful. More importantly, I want to make sure that we hold on to Belgium. It's tough during this time to actually hold on to Belgium, but that's exactly what we need to do here. For Deutschland. We didn't do much with our army there at Ettelbruck, but he's really responsible for defending Luxembourg. Nonetheless, I would like to get into Longwy and really cause some damage. Lots of different movement here by the French at Sedan, and as you can see right there, they've got their expeditionary force. There we go, good old-fashioned battle against Karl von Bülow. We get a victory. We didn't lose any of our planes. We lost a little bit of our cavalry and very little of our artillery, but that's a dramatic victory against the Corps d'Armée. Let's keep it up. Keep it up, I say. It's not over yet, and you can see the massive naval assets that the British have here. Let's just hope that we can touch down before they actually get here, because those are some serious naval assets to deal with. We've still got a lot of attacks going on. I'm actually hoping that some of the attacks don't go through, like von Hausen's. I'm really hoping it just doesn't go through and that it fails, because now I'm looking at the amount of men there. I think von Hausen is going to get chewed up. Come on, day 9. On day 14 is when we're going to be arriving there with von Hausen. I'm just hoping he doesn't go too far. I hope he just sticks to Dinant and doesn't try to go any farther than that. If he holds Dinant, he might be able to hold that rail line for quite a while we push through the rest of the actual countryside here. Here we go. Some of the expeditionary force is actually arriving. I don't know what they're trying to do. I doubt that they're going to be able to attack this turn. There we go. And this was not against our other guy. This was against von Kluck. I kind of forgot exactly where he was, but he was at Dinant waiting. So we did have somebody there waiting. And with the 284,000 men, he lost 33,000. We managed to cause 18,962 casualties to the enemy infantry. So the enemy had fewer casualties than we do, but we still came out on top with the victory. That's the way to do it, boys. That is the way to do it. Let's keep it going. Now, with one of these units, I'm almost certainly going to have to build a supply depot. I think we already have one at Louvain, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, guys, so now we must continue. We have not yet taken Antwerp. The actual fort of Antwerp is still under enemy control, so I'm ordering Karl von Bülow and his men to do an all-out attack, pretty much a charge here, to break on through. Now we also have good old von Hausen here hanging out and defending Dinant. I think the rest of our forces are pretty much in a good area to defend. The one thing I'm considering is actually taking von Württemberg and going for a potential attack over here into Longwy. But for that to occur, I want to make sure that he's got more than enough forces. Let's get the Landwehr over there as well. Okay, that's going to be sufficient for now. As for attacking across here at La Moselle, I don't know. When the enemy leaves himself that open, I'm almost tempted to try. So yeah, we're going to send some forces into La Moselle. Again, this is risky, to say the least, but I think it has to be done. We've got to try to, you know, test different things out to see how they're going to work. We've got von Bohnen here at Bruges. Beautiful. Now, there's a bit of a penalty there, so we're going to have to remove some forces from that army. I want to get that penalty down significantly. Still 33%. And there we go. We've got von Kluck. You know what we're actually going to do is with von Kluck. No, we can't get a supply depot. Very well. He's going to have to attack like this. There's no point in heading out this way. I'll leave him behind, the other general, to try and take the area. And with von Kluck and von Proben, also going to be doing an assault with von Proben if I can. If not, I'm simply going to be sending von Proben forward over here. Of course, to cut off the bridge so that the Belgians are stuck on this northern side. Again, I don't know how effective it's going to be, but we've got to try anything we can. And anywhere we can actually build a supply depot, that's what I'm going to do. So with the Army Corps over here right on the border, let's get that supply depot up and running. Over here with this gentleman, it looks like we can... Oh, we've got a fort. Beautiful. So with this gentleman, I'm just going to move into this area over here, also known... Wait a minute. As the Brussels region, actually. Yeah, this is going to be the Brussels region. So we do have a few more cavalry divisions that can make to the fight. I'm going to bring them, I mean, the more the merrier. Put them in Louvain. This seems to be a pretty safe bet to just kind of hang out in. And I think that's going to be it. I don't want to get any of these guys off the actual border because they're currently defending against the potential French attack coming from Sedan. So we just have to keep going, and hopefully we have enough forces to actually force a breakthrough. Whether or not we can, I think we're going to have to wait and see. Well, I think that's going to be it for this turn. So what I suggest is we go ahead, see if everything works. I'm mostly concerned about the French units at Charleroi. In fact, I'm almost tempted to go down there and attack them now, especially since they are absolutely a threat. I think what I'm going to do, I'm taking back my idea of sending von Proben forward. I'm going to leave von Proben right here. If anything, he's going to be most used to us staying put, and will return when we actually need him. Alright, folks, I think we can also take von Bergmann now. This turn, we can bring von Bergmann down. And let's put von Bergmann right over here in Namur. Okay, ending the turn. First battle occurs, and it's against von Kluck. And he actually manages to get a victory here, wiping out, well, every single one of the defenders at the Battle of Dieppe. So again, not a massive victory, but it's a beginning for sure. Now we just have to make sure there's no counterattacks. And up there in the north, the Expeditionary Squad, as well as the French army, has a huge group. We don't have even close to enough men to stop it. So we're going to have to do something here, potentially launch an offensive and cut off their rail lines, or maybe just set up a stronger defense. Again, they are going to have to cross a bridge to make this attack, so I'm hoping that would lead to some pretty significant casualties on their side. Come on, take Antwerp. You can do it, von Bülow. Then we can use von Bülow to defend that actual tile. So I think if the enemy attacks with those two forces, he's going to break through. lots of movement here. I mean, the British Navy is massive. I'm not even sure if we have a navy to stand up to them in the slightest, although I would like to try and get it. Now, that's our attack in Val de Moselle. This was a bit of a crazy attack, but I wanted to see if we could take this side of the bridge and put up a defense. It looks like we might just take that region, unless the enemy sends somebody to try to stop us. Give the people of Saarburg a little more breathing space. And there we go, guys. We got pretty lucky in terms of bloodshed. There wasn't a lot that turn, but there is so much that we can do on this upcoming turn to pretty much push the battle in our favor. Now, that's what's concerning me. Look at that. The Western Entente has a 72-point army. That's huge. I'm guessing it's going to be a couple 100,000 soldiers. So I want you guys to let me know down below what you would do in this situation. We absolutely need our armchair generals here to give me some advice. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is head over this way with Wilhelm von Pruben and head over south with von Kluck. We still have not taken the actual forts of Antwerp completely, but I'm going to keep these forces unmoved, unchanged. I'm just going to force them to attack. I might also attack with Hausen and Bergman over here at Charleroi, since it looks like the enemy is much weaker than they were before. Either that, or they just sent all of their forces north. Nonetheless, this could be a blessing in disguise and an opportunity to cut off an entire British and French army. Let me know what you think, guys, and thank you once again for watching. As always, I will show you guys the current casualties, so you get an idea of what's going on. 96,600 on our side, 188,962 on the enemy side, and we have 28,000 prisoners. I'd say we're doing pretty well, casualties-wise.